Money, 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 money.
Coming up with money must be the easiest thing for the U.S., since Washington is apparently okay with it being flushed down the drain. One big drain it's been washing down is Afghanistan.
About $375 billion has already been spent on the Afghan war. This doesn't include basic things like care for soldiers in the future.
What this amount also doesn't include is the cash that simply goes missing into the abyss. From never-completed ghost construction projects to arms that end up in the wrong hands, billions of dollars pumped by the U.S. into Afghanistan don't end up where intended.
There's a significant portion, for instance, of reconstruction money that actually comes back, doesn't ever make it to Afghanistan. It goes into the pockets of the experts.
Corruption is one of the major reasons for the U.S. dollar not finding its way to where it's actually headed. According to Transparency International, Afghanistan comes second only to Somalia as the most corrupt country in the world.
Immediate relatives of Hamid Karzai traveling with unspeakable millions of dollars in cash, which is, of course, not that I know any details, but not the stuff that makes people not wonder about corruption.
The Wall Street Journal the other day had a piece. They figured that about $10 million a day was simply leaving from Kabul airport. The Afghan GDP, gross domestic product, is only about $13 billion. That's a quarter of the GDP going out a year, just out of Kabul airport.
With the war not going away anytime soon,
And looks likely to last for at least 3 to 4 more years.
where will billions more of taxpayer dollars end up?
I think we're going to see them at the gambling tables of Abu Dhabi by the sound of it. I mean, this is not a situation where the money is going to be traceable.
The cash fraud, mismanagement, and shady record-keeping have been going on for quite a while, to say the least. The U.S. has already been fighting in Afghanistan longer than it was involved in the Second World War. Accidentally losing a few bucks here and there can happen to anyone. But consistently sending enormous amounts down the drain takes real effort and persistence. Moreover, this is far from the only war that has seen billions of dollars gone missing, simply swallowed up by the shadows.
The United States had $9 billion, and then a little bit later another $9 billion that simply went missing in Iraq. So, you know, this is old stuff that money disappears, and it's old stuff that money that's put into the Pentagon in this country can become part of a so-called black budget that we never really get to see much about.
There is no one more upset about the situation than those Americans that are flat out broke and jobless. One out of millions of people to ask is Larry Hales, who has been unemployed for over a year and a half.
It's infuriating because we're the ones who are always left out in the cold while we're bombing and murdering people in Afghanistan, the poorest country in the world.
This is also upsetting to countless experts who say that the U.S.-Afghan strategy has been flawed altogether.
What we need is not a surge of money, of troops. We need a surge of diplomacy in the region.
Because to begin with,
I think it's a misguided war. I think we need as quick and responsible an exit from that country.
But until that happens, the question of why the U.S. can afford to waste so much money abroad when so many have nothing at home may never be answered. Anastasia Churkina, RT, New York.